Hi everyone, this is Dr. Karamachi. I wanted to chat about COVID numbers. Recently, there has been an uptrending of the numbers. There are more cases coming into the hospitals. Um, there are more cases that are getting admitted. So there was some concern that people are moving around and they are they're not homebound anymore, and maybe that's why it is spreading more, and that is still possible. The overall deaths continue to go down, which is good news. I think most of the deaths are coming from the nursing homes. So in the general community, the mortality has gone down significantly. Most people are surviving. So overall, the trend is good, but a lot of people are worried that the number of cases are going up. I think a lot of these cases, someone can be sick for 1 week, 2 weeks, or even 6 weeks, but eventually they recover, and I believe that's what's happening. Whether we can do anything to stem the numbers, I really don't know, because people have to go about their work, their life. The schools are going to open pretty soon in the fall, so become sick, and that's something we'll have to wait and see how things will pan out. But the numbers will keep going up. I think that's the trend um, that is being projected. So I want to quickly chat about that. I also want to chat about how race can interact with what we do in regular life. Race has has come to the spotlight in the last 1 week with everything that has happened. There's a lot of protests going on, and I understand those protests, and I understand the reason why everybody is angry. So let me talk about how race can interact with your health. So I've lived in inner city and I've lived in suburbia, and I noticed a distinct difference in the grocery store. When I lived in the inner city, I can only buy like garbage food, like junk food, something like Twinkies, like sugary stuff or deep fried stuff. I can't find organic stuff, or I can't find really healthy food. Hi Eric, thanks for watching. Hi Ruth. Hi Jennifer, thanks for watching. And when I lived in suburbia, there was more affluent community. There were more white people, and the stores were nicer. There was more expensive products. There was more organic produce, and there was if I want specialty products, I can talk to the manager and they can order them. Um, so overall, the atmosphere was much better, and the quantity, the type of food, it was more desirable. So there's a distinct difference on the food supply, when you compare inner city and when you compare blacks versus suburbia, where more Caucasians or more relatively wealthy people live. So there's a different difference. There's a distinct difference in the food. So the black people tend to get bad food. The Hispanics would get the bad food, and that will eventually reflect in their intellectual quotient, in their IQ, in their work productivity, and in the opportunities and jobs that they can get. So eventually, it reflects in their health and their immunity level. So race is not just law and order. Right now we're all worried about law and order and police and all of that. Race also affects the way we live. It affects the general health. It affects the immunity. It obviously affects your job prospects and so forth. So there are multiple dimensions of on how race can influence one person's life. So I want you to think about it. I know people are really angry. Again, my posture about this is to practice inner forgiveness. Um, Obviously, whatever has happened, and the legal course will go through, and then they'll serve justice. So as a system, things have to change, and personally, I believe that from the health point of view, we have to change the way the food is supplied. I think, and I truly believe that irrespective of how much money I make, I should have access to good food. And same thing with everybody, whether they are black, white, or Hispanic, they should have access to good, healthy, nutritious food. And I hope to see that in my lifetime. This is not just this country, but if you see countries in Asia, I live in India. If you see China and all these other countries in the world, they have similar situation. The rich and the wealthy or the desirable skin color people have better access to things, and the poor people or people of color have no access or poor access. And sometimes it is access to drinking water. If you look at some of the cities, like if you look at Flint, Michigan, there was a huge uproar about contamination in the water. And that's something that came in the news. There's a lot of inner city or other small towns where poor people live, and the water quality is not really bad where people are in uproar, but the water quality is not good enough for true health. So it's not just food, it is water, it is a whole bunch of other stuff that people get supplied to. So I want you to think about that, and in your free time, think about how we can bring about a change in this food supply situation as well. And I think and I believe that will bring true transformation in healthcare, because we will not have this many sick people coming in to get care. And eventually, we will not have pandemics like this if overall the people are generally healthy and they have good immune systems. So I also want to invite you to a meditation tomorrow. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and I'll post the link below. It's through my teacher. It's essentially to bless the earth for planetary peace. We all need to bring peace to whatever is happening outside. I think tempers are flying, and I understand why, but it doesn't justify the violence and so forth. So sometimes through meditation, especially through group meditation, we can bring about world peace, and this is one way of doing it. So if you feel moved by this, join in this meditation. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I'll post the link in the comments below, and I look forward to chatting you all again. Thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful night. If you need anything, send me a DM. Bye.